What's up, Thamsters? So I pulled the bike out again as usual today. Hope I'm not in this lady's way. Silly people. Wave high, they just look at you like you're some kind of freak. Must be because I'm white. Because that's the way it works in DeSoto. If you're white, you're a freak. Let's start this fucker up. And let her warm up, hopefully. $23,931 miles. 20-year-old bike. I should probably make a video on this bike. This is a limited edition bike. Well, I don't know if you call it limited edition, but they only made 3,000 of them. It's a Sportster XL 1200C. It's staged, and the fucker's fast, man. So the question is, now what do? I'm on the bike. Somebody having a party. Let's go the long way. Let's let this thing warm up by going slow a little bit. With the dog. I'm gonna try to see if I can get that on video. We got this little puppy. We call him Scooter, but he doesn't go by Scooter, he goes by Buddy. He doesn't even think his name's Scooter because I have a habit of always being like, hey, what's going on, buddy? And because of that, what we got going on here? Got some people with the camera. I don't know what that was about. Seemed like some good guys. They having a party or fun or something. Oh boy, that trash fucking truck smelled bad. At one time I was going to be a trash man, and I'm sure glad I didn't. Because I would have been a stinky motherfucker. I already stink enough as it is. More or less going around to collect their trash. You know what I'm saying? Look at that guy walking down the highway in his flip-flops. Crazy motherfucker. But anyways, this little dog, man, he's so funny. He's gotten big enough to run up the steps, but he ain't big enough to get down the steps. And living in a two-story house is kind of funny because today was the first day that he ran up the steps. And when he got up there, he kind of freaked out. He's like, oh shit, I can't get back down. But he was so excited just to be on the upper level of the house that he just started galloping around the whole upper level like he was a horse or something. It was pretty funny. He's a cute little dog, little corgi. I'm trying to see if I can add some of his stuff here. I was playing with him today on video. I'll see if I can add that. He's cute. But today isn't so bad. You know, one thing I want to talk about is people who are squids. They ride around in like flip-flops and shorts. Like you see, I got jeans on. Now, one thing I can say is I'm wearing a t-shirt. I ain't got no leather vest. You know, since I lived here in Texas, I'm starting to have some sympathy for squids. or at least the squids that are in a hot ass environment. Now, I haven't rode around in shorts yet, just because, you know, I feel like totally bad in shorts. I don't know why. I've never ridden a bike wearing shorts. It just feels really weird, and the engine and the heat stuff gets on my legs. But you know, I'm starting to have some sympathy for squids that live in really hot environments. I think the reason being is because this is my first really hot environment here in Texas. I came to Texas from Minnesota. Now that's a hell of a difference right there now. I think somebody's cleaning their windows because I'm getting mist all over me. Alright, let's see if I can get across this parking lot. A lot of people wanting to turn right. Come on. I'm just gonna turn around right here. Park this fucker right here like this. Yeah, that'll work. If I can get it in neutral. Sometimes, man, this thing doesn't want to go in neutral. Is that gonna work? Let's scoot up a little bit. There we go. Kickstand was on that crack right there. I don't want it to be on there. Alright, let's go ahead and get this. Alright guys, so I'm gonna let these people pull out. Let this guy pull out. See if we can head on down the road, find something to talk about. Yeah, what was I talking about? Squitters. You know, I always used to be like, those goddamn motherfuckers riding around in shorts and everything else, wearing tennis shoes, wearing their Converse and shorts and no gloves. I believe they could always wear gloves. I'm a big glove person because I've seen some hands tore up before from people not wearing gloves. You know, there's one thing when you're rolling on the concrete, but when you fall, you have a tendency to want to put your hands out to brace yourself. That shit will mess you up. You end up for, how Cycle Cruiser said, you in for a bad day. It'll make for a bad fucking day, and it will too. But, you know, it just is what it is. Some people gonna do it. I could sympathize with them when it's really hot outside. You know, when it's really hot, because it sucks when you're hot and you're on a bike. Because the heat, man, off the engine and stuff, these are air-cooled engines. Well, at least mine is. Not very many motorcycle engines are not air-cooled, unless you're getting into some of these other things that are. And the thing I don't like about my Sportster, this engine sounds like a sewing machine. That's a chronic thing. Now, this is an Evo. It's a 1998. This is an Evo. This engine is like solid as could be. For 20 years old, this thing's solid. But they always sound like a typewriter or something. Or a sewing machine. You can hear all the little things inside the engine. They're exaggerated. So what a lot of people do is they'll throw this really loud exhaust so you can't hear that stuff. And then it just sounds, you know, blah, 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 all over the place loud. And that's okay and everything. But me, I'd rather hear all that stuff just in case it tries to go wrong or something gets worse or there's a little knock or anything like that in my valves or drivetrain or anything like that. I like to be able to hear it. That way I can know if there's a problem and I need to fix something. But the way it sounds, sometimes it just makes you worry. Maybe I worry for no reason. Everybody tells me, it sounds great. But for some reason, I don't like being able to hear all that stuff all the time. I guess maybe I'm used to different bikes. My first time I ever rode a motorcycle, I was about 12 years old. And my friend had a Kawasaki 125. And it was my first experience on a dirt bike. First experience on any type of bike with a clutch and stuff. I'd ridden some mopeds when I was younger, around the neighborhood and stuff, like real mopeds, not these sprees or scooters and stuff. They didn't come out yet. But yeah, first time I ever rode a bike with a clutch, I went totally whiskey throttle. And I went all up into the dirt, into a ditch. It might not be as big as that ditch, but it was a pretty big ditch with a bunch of bushes and stuff. Man, I ended up in the bushes. The bike ended up in the bushes. I tell you, you learn a whole lot really quick, really fast when you're in the bushes. After going whiskey throttle, because you don't know what the heck you're doing, you kind of freak out and you just hold on. He's like, ah! You learn a whole lot really fast the hard way, but you learn. Sometimes learning the hard way is just a good way to learn, depending on the situation. I wonder what those kids were doing earlier when they were like, hey, they must be having a party or something. Or they're just happy to be out of school. It is summertime, so, you know. Tomorrow I'm supposed to go to this place for an interview. Hope it works out, although the job doesn't pay too much compared to what it's like an entry-level job as compared to what I'm used to and what I'm known to do. I've always been a supervisor, team leader, management, make sure everything's good kind of person. You know, my work history is from Juneau Pacific, a company where I made it was a world-class medical molding facility. I made all kinds of medical implants and surgical tools. I worked in a Class 8 clean room. It was nice. It was okay, but they really worked the people too hard. And it used to be a privately owned company, and then it turned into corporate. It got bought out by Cretex, and they started going, management started going through just letting people go. They must have let more than half, there's probably a good 70% of all employees, they were just gone. And I just watched them pick them off one by one by one by one by one. Well, at that time I had a daughter. She, I think you might have to look at it in some of my other videos. That, when I got her, she wasn't doing too hot. She was having some emotional issues because, well, she didn't get to meet me till she was 13 years old. She was lied to about who her dad was. I got some of that in some of my other videos. I think y'all can see that. I ain't going to get into that right now. But it's all good. But anyways, she was, they wanted me to work some overtime, and I said I couldn't because I had to tend to my daughter, which I did, and I guess that was a reason enough for them to get rid of me, because I said I wasn't able to work overtime that weekend. that's my little short ride for the day. All I had to do was run to the store. I've been doing other things today, and I still got stuff I got to do to get ready for his interview tomorrow. If you guys want, give me some topics to talk about, or give me something you want to know about. I like to think I know a little bit about everything. What do you call it when you're a master of nothing? But know a little bit about everything. I'm kind of one of those people. I wonder if those guys are up here again trying to still take pictures of stuff. I doubt it. They probably got hot, went inside. I would have. Yeah, they're gone now. There's But one thing I can say in my life is, even though I ain't got nothing, like right now, you know, I'm hoping people will like what I'm trying to do here, because I ain't got no income. I'm trying to build some income. So like and subscribe every little bit, every single one. Even if you don't like me, just subscribe. Anyways, you don't have to follow notifications or nothing. But it'd be good for me, because I'm getting old, and the older I get, the harder it is to do all these labor jobs that I know. So like and subscribe and help me get it so that I can start sharing my graphic art and start talking about crap. I'll talk about anything y'all want to talk about. You just say, hey Tham, what do you think of this? And I don't care what it's about. I'll tell you my thought. You might not like it, but I'll tell you about it. Yeah, see, you hear that? Weird. That's a sewing machine thing. But anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one. Peace.